Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Today I will present about MEM561 group assignment, adhesive bonding process. These are the group members for group 2. First, Muhammad Izzat Fikri bin Madi. Second one, Muhammad Fahmi bin Wan Zakaria. Third, Iman Najmuddin bin Muda. Fourth, Abdul Hadi bin Rosli. And the last one, Cik Wan Muhammad Aizat bin Cik Wan Roswan.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Zafikri, and today in this slide I want to tell about the introduction of adhesive bonding process. Many different types of items are manufactured and repaired using the joining process known as adhesive bonding. Adhesive bonding is one of the fundamental connecting techniques along with welding and soldering. In this method, adhesives are used to join the parts together. Numerous materials can be bound together in a wide variety of products, including cars, mobile phones, personal care items, buildings, computers, and medical equipment. Thanks to the wide variety of adhesives that are readily available, the process of connecting two surfaces together with adhesive involves typically producing a smooth connection. This might entail the application of glue, epoxy, or any of the numerous plastic adhesives that adhere either by the evaporation of a solvent or through curing via heat, time, or pressure. With the use of new self-curing adhesives, joints that were previously somewhat weak due to the usage of glues are now nearly as strong as the original materials. Because of this, gluing is currently the method of joining joints for many applications. It is especially when the connection won't be subjected to intense heat or weather. Many contemporary adhesives are carbon-based petrochemical derivatives that can be applied to a number of joining tasks, such as connecting metal and different types of materials. This kind of glue forms the binding to direct touch or a third surface, like adhesive tape. Fiberglass and fiber epoxies like boron and carbon epoxy are among the composite applications that are frequently bonded employing adhesive. Modern adhesive, of which plywood is a typical and well-known example, can also be used to attach structural elements due to their shear strength and durability. And even known as adhesive serve as a fundamental underpinning of adhesive bonding. Adhesion is a collection of physicochemical reactions to take place at the point where two metals come into close contact and produce a forces of attraction between them. The force, the force needed to separate two attached atoms along a contact is known as the adhesion strength. Automotive, aerospace, medical, and even textile industry all make use of adhesive bonding. The only true restriction with this method comes from usage, such as for outdoor applications that must endure weathering, due to its adaptability for a variety of material kinds.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I am Muhammad Fahmi bin Zakaria, and I will conduct about the effect of the manufacturing of adhesive bonding process. First of all, it is one of the effect is the contamination. Any grease, oil, or other contaminant on the surface has the potential to induce adhesion loss. Contamination from dirty substrates, it is clear risk, but contamination can also occur accidentally. Oils from the skin contact, particularly on a small areas, may be sufficient to cause a problem. It is possible that the components were inadequately cleaned. The manufacturers may adjust a production procedure that does not impact the component performance or the tolerance, but accidentally influence component bonding. By control the cleaning procedure at the point of use is the greatest way to avoid the emergence of this possible. Next, for the contamination, the silicone release agents which may settle on surface and hide adhesion are another probable source of contamination. When utilizing silicone or any release agent, care must be taken to avoid cross-contamination. As a result, certain production facilities prohibit the use of the silicone compound. Surface pretreatment is critical for bond uniform. Surface preparation process include cleaning, abrasion, and plasma or corona treatment. The ideal surface preparation will be determined by the substrate and the adhesive chemistry utilized. Next, the effect of the use of this contaminant of bonding, adhesive bonding process is Incorrect ratio mix. For many two-parts materials, the mix ratio can be substantial concern. Some systems are extremely sensitive to tiny variation in the mix ratio. Many materials are stoichiometrically balanced. An incorrect ratio mix might cause the material to cure irregularly or perform poorly. Even the materials that are less sensitive to the mix ratio may display somewhat changing properties when the ratio is changed. The mixing of two components adhesive is basic process. The mixing of two component adhesive is a basic process function that is required for this adhesive to perform correctly. Next is the air entrapment. In modest application, air entrapment can be a source of the failure. Air removal from a system prior to application may be a required process instead. Air gaps may prevent the adhesive from properly interacting with the substrate surface, resulting in lower strength. Incompatibility with substrates can also contribute to adhesive failure. Certain plastic may include plasticizer that might leak to the surface and cause a connection to disintegrate over time. The seepage may vary from a lot to lot, causing certain portions to never fail while others lose adhesion. Some substrates can really interfere with an adhesive curing process. This is normally addressed when choosing the glue, although it can occur at any moment. Last but not least, the fifth effect is the environment factor. Environmental circumstances should also be taken into account because many materials can be influenced by their environment. High moisture levels, for the example, might hinder cure in some materials while hastening the process in others. Carbon dioxide, pH, oxygen, and ambient temperature can all have negative impact on the completed glue. Putting in a nutshell, as I previously indicated, intermittent issues are the most difficult to fix. These are nearly typical caused by anything other than the glue. Of course, an adhesive batch may have been manufactured wrongly, but this is extremely unusual because respectable producers employ dependable raw ingredient and process controls to assume a uniform finished product. All of all, more than 98% of adhesive difficulties are caused by one of the previously listed factors rather than the glue itself. Thank you.
Okay, for this slide is about review of process. Okay, working principle for adhesive bonding stages. First, design of joint and assemblies. Suitable design can minimize spill and cleavage pressure. There might be an increase in tension, compression, and shear stresses. Second, choosing an adhesive. The substrate material, surface temperature, and environment requirement for the bonding strength, flexibility, and durability can play a role in selecting appropriate adhesive. Third, surface preparation. Before abrading, the substrate surfaces need to be cleared of debris and oil. Strong adherence is the consequence of the glue being properly wetted by clean, rough surface. Fourth, applying and evenly distributing the appropriate adhesive to the substrate surface. The process can be carried out manually or with the help of dispensing device. Fifth, assemble the piece that will be joined. Sixth, applying a controlled pressure with clamping the piece in a fixture. And the last one is curing. The molecule of other adhesive are cross-linked during the curing phase to create a solid adhesive junction. The method of curing depends on the type of adhesive. Okay, for the next slide is about application of adhesive bonding and parameters. Many industries, including the automotive, aerospace, medical, and even textile industry, require adhesive bonding. The only two limitations with these methods come from the usage, such as for the outdoor application that must endure weathering due to its adaptability for a variety of material types. Primary use of adhesive bonding is joining metal to non-metal, especially plastic. It is used to construct aircraft structure instead of riveting. Next is about Parameters for choosing adhesive. First, substrate. It is about what material are required for bonding. Is it metal, wood, or plastic? Is the area big or small, and even the surface similar or different? Second, joint configuration and load. When developing an adhesive joint, we should consider about maximize shear, minimize peel and cleavage, maximize compression and minimize tensile. Joint breadth is more significant than overlap strength. Third, service condition. Various typical conditions such as temperature, moisture, chemical fluid, and outdoor weathering have an impact on the bond strength. Fourth, adhesive qualities. Brittle, rigid adhesive have greater heat and chemical resistance, tensile stress, and creep resistance. Tough and flexible adhesive are better in peel, impact, thermal shock, and for substrate with different thermal expansion. Fifth, application technique. It is critical to ensure that adhesive function both throughout production and the performance level while evaluating them. What kind of material will be used? Is it one or a two-component system? Next, curing rate. Choosing the right cure is essential for achieving the best adhesive performance for your specific application. The important thing that you should know is cure temperature. Can high temperature can be applied to your application? And the last one is testing. Choosing one adhesive and testing them in your application is ultimately the best method of evaluating adhesive before deciding whether the standard test may be used to compare the relative qualities. As previously stated, there is no replacement for personally sampling and testing product.
This slide represents about summary. For the performance, the most evident way of joining a product utilizing many approaches is advanced bonding. Using glue or sticky tape, the strengthen the product like the original is an example of bonding. Next, compared to welding, the mechanical fastener advice a tape provides special advantage without reducing the strength. Lastly, advanced expert research the strength of the advanced bonding to determine how present the advanced is to record to establish the optimal performance, which is action mechanism have a part in the performance.
Adhesive bonding is a method of joining two surfaces together using a substance called an adhesive. The advantage of using adhesive bonding include number one, strong and durable. Adhesive bonding creates a strong bond between the two surfaces, making the joint durable and able to withstand various environmental conditions. Next, number two, versatile. Adhesive bonding can be used on a wide variety of materials, including metal, plastic, and composite. Next, lightweight. Advanced bonding is a lightweight method of joining material, making it suitable for use in aerospace and automotive applications. Number four, cost-effective. Adhesive bonding is a cost-effective method of joining material as it requires less energy and equipment than other methods such as welding and riveting. Easy to use. Adhesive bonding is a simple process that can be easily performed by untrained personnel. Next, good for irregular surface. Adhesive bonding can be used to join irregular surface that would be difficult to join using other methods. Good for dissimilar material. Adhesive bonding can be used to join dissimilar material that would be difficult to join using other methods.
This slide represents about limitation. There are 6 points of limitation. First, handling time limit during manufacture. The bonded joint can be unclamped and move freely since the advice has become strong enough to retain the accent in place. Second, complex surface treatment is required for various material and process. Specific processing and curing condition must be followed. Third, special feature requirement that allow holding together the joined partner during the curing process also relate to the concept of handling time. 4. Low thermal load. 5. Low resistance under extreme environmental condition. Lastly, again bolt on by element and other factor.